More from Syria, and Syrian government security forces have been carrying out what they say is a big operation to crush an insurgency by fighters loyal to the ousted President Bashar al-Assad in coastal areas. It is the biggest challenge yet to the new Islamist-led government in Syria, and a curfew has been imposed in the port cities of Latakia and Tartous. A monitoring group, the British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, says dozens of people may have been killed by Syrian security forces, with some unconfirmed claims of summary executions. Well, the interim government has sent reinforcements to Latakia, which is an area dominated by the Alawite community loyal to the former president. Here's our Middle East correspondent, Hugo Bashega, with the latest developments on the situation there in Syria.
So this is the worst violence that we've seen in Syria since the fall of President Bashar al-Assad back in December, after that Islamist-led rebel offensive. Now, let me just give you an idea of what's happening, because yesterday security forces were carrying out an operation in the region of Latakia on the Mediterranean coast, and they say that this was an operation targeting a senior official in the Assad regime. They say there was an ambush by forces loyal to President Assad. A local security official described this as a very sophisticated, well-planned attack. Clashes followed. There were confrontations then in other parts of the coast. And today what we're seeing is what the authorities are describing as a huge security operation targeting forces loyal to the Assad regime. And now we're hearing those reports of dozens of people killed. This is an area where, it's the stronghold of President Bashar al-Assad's family, and it is also the heartland of the Alawite community. President Assad, his family, they come from this minority. They have been accusing the new leaders in Syria of targeting them. They say that they've been suffering attacks, abuse, and now reports that some members of the community have also been killed. So that gives us a snapshot of the tensions in Syria, a country that continues to be deeply divided, deeply fractured among different sects and factions.
And just in terms of those unconfirmed claims of summary executions, I mean, is there any evidence to substantiate that at the moment?
Yeah, so we've heard from the monitoring group, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, saying that activists have released footage of dozens of bodies of men and boys with, wearing civilian clothing outside a house in Latakia. We've seen at least one of those videos, graphic footage, really. We haven't been able to independently verify the authenticity of this footage, but this comes amid these operations happening in Latakia, again, a stronghold of the Assad family. And again, this is something that the Alawite community has been saying since day one, really, of this new government in Syria, since the fall of the Assad regime, that they have been targeted by the members of this new government or groups associated with the new authorities in Syria. And now these claims of violence, of executions that have happened in Latakia, including members of this community.